Hey guys, this is my first ever commentary for Blip TV. After watching my good buddy Realm Wars, he's made 2 commentaries on Blip TV, and I highly recommend you check them out because they're really good. I thought I'd make one myself, and what am I going to commentate on? None other than Irate Gamer. You'll know this guy as a video game reviewer who rips off angry video game nerd, and his reviews suck and he always gets his research wrong. Well, I'm going to rant on his Sonic Unleashed review. Just to kind of put this into a perspective, his last review before this was on Aladdin, and then it took 3 months before he made this review, and it's only about 3 minutes long as well, at least that spares me the shittiness. So, let's check out Irate Gamer Neo Sonic Unleashed. We skipped this part due to the fact that it has dragging on bullshit that no one cares about.
Today we're reviewing Sonic Unleashed. Now, I've always been a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog games, but ever since his transition to the world of 3D, the Hedgehog just hasn't been the same.
Ever since his transition to the world of 3D? What about the Sonic Adventure games? They were awesome. Well, unless he's talking about Sonic 3D Blast being the Hedgehog's first transition to the world of 3D. But point being, Sonic in 3D can work if done right, and if the fans aren't so picky.
Now, I will say that this game starts off rather well, as we are greeted with an amazing opening sequence that sets up the storyline of this title. Freaking sweet! So basically the story is that Sonic is trying to foil Dr. Robotnik's plans once again to destroy the world. But in the process, Sonic is captured, turned into a werewolf,
Werehog, you mean?
and Dr. Robotnik blows up the Earth. Wow, some hero he turned out to be.
Shut up, Chris. Sonic is still way more badass than you will ever be. And this was to add more excitement to the story. Imagine if he was playing Super Mario Galaxy and he said, Mario arrives there, but in the process Bowser steals the castle with Princess Peach and then Mario gets blasted into space. Wow, some hero he turned out to be. Just, why did you think that would be a creditable statement? Or even a joke? It wasn't clever, nor was it funny. It was just stupid.
But not to worry, because after being subjected to 20 minutes of boring dialogue sequences with
Wait. A moment ago you were saying that the opening cutscene was freaking sweet. Now you're saying it's boring?
goofy-looking animals and ice cream men, you learn that the Earth isn't completely destroyed, and there's still hope left to save it. Now, the first 2 levels in this game are fantastic, and they contain everything you'd come to expect from a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Speed, and more speed! Oh, hell yeah!
Well, it seems to me like you're having fun with this game. Maybe you will enjoy it after all.
But as soon as the fun begins, it comes to a screeching halt, as we're forced to roam around a small village in between each level. Ugh, what a buzzkill.
Remember in Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Next Gen, those games had hub worlds as well. I admit the hub world isn't as fun in this game because it lacks the exploration that the hub worlds in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Next Gen had, but I still like it as it makes the game more like an adventure. Besides, would you rather have this or the boring point-and-click villages from the Wii version?
These places are just boring. Great, more shit from the Ice Cream Man. But once the sun sets and nighttime falls over the village, Sonic the Hedgehog then turns into a huge werewolf.
Don't you mean werehog? You know, in the 3 months it took you to make this, quote, review, I was hoping you'd do some research on the game, or at least look at the enclosed instruction book. It's not much to ask for to show you're at least a legit reviewer.
And this is the beginning of the problems that really plague this game.
Okay, Irate, I'm going to ask one favour from you. If you want to show that you're a proper gamer and a competent video game reviewer, then I only ask for one thing. Elaborate and go into detail on as to what the problems are.
Because instead of having to race through the next level, you've now got to fight through it. Now, if I wanted to hack and slash my way through tons of enemies, I would have played a fighting game.
A fighting game? You mean an action game? There's a big difference, you know. A fighting game is something like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, where you're pitted against someone else in a fight. But this game has elements from an action beat-em-up game, like Devil May Cry or God of War. It just goes to show you put no effort into writing this review, or showing you're a gamer if you can't even tell what genre the game's in.
I mean, what the hell? This is a Sonic game.
Oh great, not this excuse again. So these stages apparently suck because it's in a Sonic game, and Sonic games are all about speed and absolutely nothing else. Fuck you. All I asked was for you to just go into a little detail and give legit reasons as to why these stages sucked, and you couldn't do it. To me, gameplay is still gameplay regardless of what characters it has. For example, if Shadow the Hedgehog's gameplay was with completely different characters in a completely different game, it would be equally as fun as it already is. So I don't want any more rubbish about Sonic games suck because of change.
Sonic games should be about one thing. Racing through the level as fast as fucking possible, and not pussyfooting around whacking the shit out of enemies.
So, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle wasn't 100% racing through the level as fast as fucking possible because it had shooting and treasure hunting stages. Are you going to say that game sucked as well because the gameplay is different? You never went into any detail on the Werehog stages, unlike what pretty much anyone else who called themselves a video game reviewer would do. Instead you just used the "it's a Sonic game" excuse. Pathetic.
But unfortunately, the insanity doesn't stop here. Because in the next level, you get to fly around in the sky trying to shoot down airplanes. So, what does this even have to do with Sonic the Hedgehog?
There was a plane stage in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic Adventure DX as well, you know. And this also leads us back to when you said you were a big Sonic fan. Unless you never actually got that far in the game, knowing what you're like.
This is ridiculous!
No, the only thing I find ridiculous is the fact that it took you 3 months just to make this?
The only way to pass this level is to keep pressing the corresponding buttons in order to blow up the missiles being shot at you. God, I hate this level with a passion.
Because Chris hates challenge.
And the main reason is the stupid ending boss, who has a health meter that stretches halfway across the fucking screen.
Jeez, that sounds like, oh, I don't know, a video game boss?
And why on earth does it take so long for the boss's health meter to go down? This isn't even fair, since a single shot can knock my sorry ass all the way back to Green Hill Zone.
And how is this unfair? Mega Man, would you care to help me explain?
And why on earth does it take so long for the boss's health meter to go down? This isn't even fair, since a single shot can—
Fuck! This game sucks! Yep, that's pretty much how Irate Gamer rants. Oh, and just to point this out, when the boss opens up, you barrage him with missiles, and that takes away 1/4 of his health, and the plane you're in takes about 8 hits. So, how is that unfair? I beat this boss on my first try, and so could anyone. Either the Irate Gamer is faking his annoyance to make the game seem like it's stupid, unfair, or hard, or he actually can't get past it when anyone else who calls themselves a gamer would be able to.
Now I'm not sure what the fuck Sega was thinking when they made this game.
Just like I'm not sure what the fuck you were thinking when you made this review.
But damn it, stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just get back to the basics.
As if anyone's gonna listen to an idiotic video game reviewer who can't even get his facts straight.
Now, if you have the ability to get online with your video game system, then you might want to check out the demo version of Sonic Unleashed, because it does contain the best level found in this game. Yeah, and
Okay, since he claims that first level is the best, I'm guessing he never got past the plane level? Are you serious? Okay, once again to reiterate, it took him 3 months to make a review for this game. He played it once or twice, got frustrated, said this game sucked, slapped this review together, and just wasted the rest of that time. This is a little thing that the Wii viewer likes to call a snap judgment review. As for me, I like to play through the whole game before reviewing it, so I can give more fair and honest views on it, but not like what Irate does. If he was to actually play through the rest of the game, then the later Sonic stages get even better. And I should know I've beaten the game.
this is what Sonic should be about. Not this.
Okay, Chris, how can we, the viewers, tell that these stages suck just from your incoherent ranting?
This, or even this.
And this is the reason why I thought Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was a piece of fucking shit.
I'm not sure why they just couldn't make the entire game based around the concept of the first 2 levels.
Because then people would complain about the game being stale and repetitive. And didn't you once say that in your Super Mario Bros. 2 review? Because contradiction is cool. I'm at least glad the gameplay has some variety to it, and I think the Werehog has the better boss battles in the game. The Sonic stages alone make this game worth playing.
Because if they did, this game would have been awesome.
Which it is.
So final verdict?
Good game.
It's a piece of shit.
Just like this review. So that was pretty much the review, and hopefully you can tell by now, Irate Gamer is not a competent reviewer. He never went into any detail in the game. He used the "it's a Sonic game" excuse to say it sucked, and he only played it for a bit before reviewing it. Like in his Simpsons game review, he said he only played the first 2 levels before reviewing it. If you want to show you're a legit gamer and a proper reviewer, you need to give the games more of a chance before giving your thoughts on them. So one of the main purposes of this commentary was to preserve dignity towards Sonic Unleashed, which is a really good game. If you have a PS3 or Xbox 360, I highly recommend checking it out. And also, don't support the Irate Gamer, because he sucks, he hardly does research on his games, he bashes games for stupid reasons, and he's not a real gamer. And you even know it. So that's pretty much the end of the commentary.
It's official. You suck.
And yes, I did borrow that ending from Realm Wars. Please don't sue me.